Fixes note this does not work with the 6 mana 3/7. Though I'd love to laugh at the priest who thought it did. Oh, that's an interesting point. So yeah, because it's based on its amount of damage, and so if you trigger the death route without the minion actually existing, it does 0. That's interesting. That's interesting. This is only slow if you don't have any death rattles. Well, even a lot of death rattles, though, are things like right now, you know, add a random dragon to your hand. That's value, too. And some of them, you know, are, you know, if you've got, like, Stubborn Suspects, you might get summon a random 3. But that still probably won't have taunt, and so if the opponent's ahead of you on board, they might still kill you before you can do anything. Oh, right. Vitality Surge. Draw a minion, restore health to your hero equal to its cost. So yeah, something like Holy Light that is 2 mana, heal 8 to your face, is terrible. But this, because you draw the minion, is pretty good. It's very anti-aggro. You know, maybe you'll just draw 2 and heal 2 to your face, which isn't great. But if you draw 5 and you heal for 5, as long as you have the mana to spend, it's pretty good. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this card. It's bad for the same reason other cards are. Yeah, draw Shivara, the tiger thing from Rostcon's Rumble here for 25, right? Which is worse than Snack Run. Yeah, because you're not discovering maybe, and you draft a lot of small 2 and 3 mana cards in Arena. So yeah, this is not absolutely terrible. It's not absolutely terrible, but it's not very good. The cards like this, Roll the Bones has it too. Roll the Bones has it too. Where these cards that you say like 2 mana, draw a card, you'd rather just draft a different card. Because then you drew it for 0 mana. You know, you can either pay 2 mana Vitality Surge to draw a Chillwind Yeti, or you can draft the Chillwind Yeti and draw the Chillwind Yeti for 0. So, unless you've got a more control-y deck that you're sure has time to do this, then this is still a bad card to draft. It's not 1-star terrible, it's 2, but you would still typically rather draft another card than this. If it says 2 mana, draw 5, heal 5, 2 mana shield block, which is okay for 2017. Yeah, this is not great. But if there's 2 very bad cards against it, you'll take it. Hold the bridge. This is the lyrics from the song they put out. Never fall back. 3 mana, give a minion +2/+1 and Divine Shield, and it gains lifesteal into the end of the turn. This is really good. This is really good. We had, what was it? 3 mana gain +3 attack and Divine Shield in the past. And that was, good. That was good. The fact that you get the lifesteal here could really, you know, save you. if you got a Chillwind Yeti. Got a Chillwind Yeti on board, push up to 6 attack, get that 6 life, keep it on board. I love cards like this. Personally. Yeah, yeah, maybe it's 4. Maybe it's 4, because, you know, you do need to have a minion on board, or a rush minion. But I like this a lot. Maybe it's high 4, but I think this is going to be super great. Yeah, Fix says I don't think it's good enough for a 5 nowadays. I think that might be fair. Maybe it's 4, but you'll still draft this a lot. You'll be happy to see it show up for sure. Sidon the Scarlet. 3 mana, 2/2 rush. Whenever this minion gains attack or health, double that amount wherever it is. So if you got Bannerman, one Bannerman that draws this, it becomes a 3 mana 4/4 rush, which is good, very good. If you've got a lot of Bannerman, you still have to have this in hand or draw it. Traces a lot of weird faces this set. He's very upset. If you got a lot of Bannerman type fucks, this could work. This could work, but you have to draw it in the right order. Once again, it's a 3 mana 2/2 rush is bad, so it's bad on its own. Everybody says, does What does it mean by wherever this is? So, right, if it's in your hand, it works. If it's on board, and you Dark Iron Dwarf it, it gains 4 attack instead of 2 attack. So you can do this on board, you can do it in hand, you can do it in deck. Whenever it gains attack or health, it works. It's trying to clarify that it works on hand buffs and on board. So yeah, if you got a Blessing of Kings, yeah, Blessing of Authority plus 16. Yeah. I could have killed that Righteous Authority, or not Righteous Authority, Righteous Defense, right? When the opponent stole 12 stats from my Supreme Abyssal, and they played like a 17-25 Lion Guard or something. I could have killed that with like plus 16 authority, maybe. Well, close. I says, when did it get reworded? Oh, they reword this? Remember, it used to say double it. People argued over what it meant. Oh, did they change it? I don't know. I don't remember seeing it. But yeah, so on its own, this is not great. But the more cards like Blessing of Kings you have, even, Hold the Bridge. Hold the Bridge, you could get +4/+2. And so for 6 mana, you would be able to do a 6/4 Rush Divine Shield Lifesteal. So yeah, by default, this is bad. But the more and more buffs you've got, hand buffs and board buffs, the better and better this gets. So on its own, it's bad. The more synergy cards you have, it could get crazy. I mean, maybe you average it out to 3 if you want to give it a hard rating, but it's one of these cards you have to consider your deck. We said, think of it spilling wherever wrong their whole life. Wait. Elias says, what have you been saying? Oh, you've been doing 2 E's, yeah? You've been doing it wrong. But now you can correct it. You've been saying wherever, which sounds like some type of, anime opponent. Kaiba, you can beat wherever. I swear it. You just need to draw the right card. 3 mana, 3/1, battle card, draw a spell, costs 3 or less, costs 0 this turn. Another deck-dependent card. A 3 mana, 3/1 is, like, undraftably bad. Undrafted bad. Wherever, Wally. Obviously, you can put the review on YouTube. Quite possibly, but boy, it's going to take a lot of edit time. Unless I put it out there flat, which I don't know if I'd want to do that. But yeah, draw a spell, cost 3 or less, cost 0 this turn. It gets better and better the more you have. If you got that Hold the Bridge, you can make it 0. And yeah, Ying, thank you again for the follow, by the way. Or me the first time. I don't think I said thank you for the follow. Most paladins supposed to cost 1 mana. If you got a bunch of secrets, yeah, it's not great. But if you have cards like Hold the Bridge, maybe it could be good. It's probably more of a constructed card, though. I'm guessing. We'll have to see. It's variable. It's variable, but 1 health minions for 3 mana is pretty iffy. There's the bridge. I keep talking about the bridge. Oh, and yeah, John said they thought the trailer. What'd you say specifically? I was reading it, but I didn't read it out loud. Shoot, where was it? Because it was at the Hold the Bridge. Hold the Bridge. Da. Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't John. It was Try. I saw the purple name. I misattributed it. That was a bad song on that note. Disappointing trailer. I thought it was better than the last few songs. On the first listen of that trailer, I thought the song was a little off. But on subsequent listens, I've liked it a lot, actually. Fixes they hate this bridge. So you were playing mostly Horde trying to cross the bridge? So I mostly played Alliance. So I was either defending the bridge or going up the switchback paths of the Horde base, having the Horde shoot down at me with fireballs and stuff. But after you summon a minion, give it +2/+2, last 3 turns. So, as Fix points out, there are some Paladin cards. They're like summon 5/1/1s for 5 mana, and this would let you summon 5 3/3s. So, in the right deck, this could be really good. But so of course, if you got the right synergies, then you got to think about it strongly. But you know, compare this to like what is it? What's the current one? What's Inspire? It's Inspiring Prayer or something like that. Invigorating Prayer, is it? 4 mana, give minions on board in your hand and then deck +1/+1 for the rest of the game. Sermon, Invigorating Sermon. +1/+1 for the rest of the game. And that card has kind of been too slow. It's not completely undraftable, but it's kind of a 2-star card. This is twice as strong, and it works on summon instead of play, but you're still spending 4 mana to do nothing, and after 3 turns it's completely gone. At least Invigorating lasts the whole game. You have to make a push. You have to make a push with this card, which is kind of... it's very thematic with the bridge. I like the theming. Sermon goes forever. Bridge, you gotta make a push over the next 2 turns. And maybe on the turn you played, if it's late game. Because you gain so much tempo, but you have to give up 4 mana to do it. You typically have to take a slow turn to take 2 big tempo turns, and taking the slow turn at first is not tempo. So... This is 6 mana, 3/3. Wait, which one are we talking about? But yeah... I'm worried this will be too slow. In some cases. The more controlling the meta is, I suppose this is better. Fix It works with hero power. It does. 2 mana, 3/3. In tokens, right. Ink says, now you point out, it seems pretty slow. Aggro decks don't want to skip an early turn, right? I really want to see this in action. Squirrel think it's a good card. I really want to see this in action. It feels awkward to me. It feels like if I slot this into my current decks, or if I see opponents do it. If I see opponents do it, just like with the Invigorating Sermon, we end up winning the game on like turn 7. We've done this against Invigorating Sermon many times, and we end up winning the game on like turn 7. And at the end of the game wrap up, I'm like, yeah, they did nothing turn 4, and I won. You can't do that. I'm gonna take a risk and rate it 2. Maybe Fix will be right, and it'll be much better than I expect. But yeah, I don't know. I've been very unimpressed with Sermon. I'm gonna think I'm unimpressed with this card. Maybe I'll be big wrong. Maybe I'll be wrong. This is we were the broadcast partners. There you. Will this card be good? I don't know. Bro doesn't know either because he's working on Marvel games instead. There you go. Because I can see some of your arguments. Yeah, Johnson, they're going to draft it. I might draft it too and see how it works out, but I don't have faith in this card, personally. Lara has concerns. Well, you know, it's you know, we got, you know, people. We got people. We got somewhere. Somewhere's Brian Kibler's dog Shiro. Yeah, you got Broad. You got Broad. Yeah, and you got Broad. Yeah, and you got Broad. I need more people. Wait, who's still here? Who are you? Oh, it's still Broad. Right. Jesus, the Paladin cards are meh. I like that Hold the Bridge card. I said, what have I done? You're fulfilling your destiny. Okay, Cavalry Horn. Death Rattle. Summon the lowest cost minion in your hand. As a 5 mana 3/2. You know, compared to Arcanite Reaper, 5 mana 5/2. Again, these are, yeah. Cheese says Paladin cards are meh. So these are cards that support Big Paladin. These are cards that, oh, she read it too. Whoops, I didn't take that off. These are cards that support Big Paladin in Constructed. In Arena, you can still maybe pull this off. If you can get the small minions out of your hand, and then, you know, swing this to get your 8/8 out of hand, I mean, maybe. But the problem is, at that point, you're, like, out of minions. Because you've pulled that off, you're out of minions. And you have to draw another big card the next turn. It also bypasses Battle Cries, and Battle Cries tend to be really important in Arena. So yeah, I would definitely say this is more of a constructed card. Probably not totally undraftable, but it's actually another 2. I took the 2 away, but actually I would rate 2 anyway. Protect the Innocent. That kid's not so innocent. He's wearing an Argent Crusade to Bard. I've seen what they've done. Summon a 5/5 defender with taunt. If your hero was healed this turn, summon another. Again, you know, if you got the True Silver, if you've got the True Silver to trigger this real easy, then that's a lot of value for 5 mana. But it's hard to consistently heal your hero as Paladin in Arena. You know, you need Earthen Ring Farseer or Voodoo Doctor, or we've got that Tortalan 4 mana 3/2 Divine Shield right now. It can heal. Again, more of a constructed card where you can do this consistently. If you got the True Silver, great. If you don't have the True Silver, I mean, even if you don't have the True Silver, a 5/5 taunt for 5 mana is fine. It's fine. It's like a low end 3. And if you have the True Silver, then this jumps up to like a 5. That's 10/10 stats for 5 mana that have taunt. That's pretty insane. Shift to Snack Run. Snack Run could be around if Dark Moon's around. We don't know what the next meta looks like just yet. So yeah. As it worst, it's I assume draftable card. Yeah, exactly. It's not that terrible, and if you got the upside, it's insane. So you know, it's not a bad card. It's just the upside is kind of hard to trigger consistently. 10/10 stats for 5 mana, just trades with the 5 mana 6/10. Which 5 mana 6/10? Yeah, here's Cariel in the Light Forge armor. The Light Forge armor, one of the better looking dungeon sets from the original World of Warcraft. Lion Guard. Oh well, if you've taken them down to below 15 health. Deal 2 damage to all enemies for 3 mana more than Consecration. You equip the 2/5 immovable object. And yeah, the immovable object, it doesn't take durability damage when you swing, right? It could still take durability damage from certain types of oozes. And it can be completely destroyed by certain types of oozes. But, yeah, it makes you take half damage from everything, which is pretty cool. I think Just 2 said they were really excited about the Paladin card. Again, this won't be draftable, but it might be, you know, randomly attainable. And your hero power becomes, I think, 2 mana, give a random minion in your hand +4/+4, which is pretty extreme. Even if you were a top deck a 2 mana 2/3, you'd be able to play it as a 2 mana 6/8, right, or 6/7. So yeah, this is quite possibly the best of the hero cards we've seen for Arena, because you're gonna draw minions that you can buff, and taking half damage is sweet, and the Consecration is sweet. So yeah, if you could draft it, it's probably a 6-star card, or at least a very high-end 5. It's really, really good, but you won't be able to draft it. And Brasswing is... Oh no, there's still 2 more, right? Okay, so Brasswing is an epic, hard to draft, but you could discover it from, like, Discover Dragon cards. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies, not even your stuff, but just all enemies, and if you kill it with either the card itself or with the AoE, restore 4 health to your hero. So, you know, sometimes your face down and doesn't matter, but sometimes it does. This could clear out small stuff from enemies, and go up and make sure you get out of the aggro range. John's very impressed. It is an impressive card. It's an easy 5. And And because it only hits enemies every turn, you know, it's another 6 probably. Pixie, you can buff this with lifesteal. Why would you need to if you're already restoring like 12 plus damage? Where's the fake key on the keyboard? Yeah, I will probably call this. Oh, it even hits enemy face. That's interesting. Yeah, the Primordial Drake, that's one of the easier comparisons for this card, doesn't. Give it poison. Always honorable kill. Poison is super honorable. The most honorable way to kill your opponents. Poison them. The weapon of champions. Because the Primordial Drake does not compare to this card. Well, Primordial Drake does have taunt, right? If your opponent has 3, 4, 5s, and you have 12 health left, and you play this Brass Wing, you're dead. If your opponent has 3, 4, 5s, and you play a Primordial Drake, you're alive. So this doesn't work in every situation the Primordial Drake does, but it does trigger every turn, which is pretty sweet. And it only hits enemy stuff, which Primordial hits your stuff. Oh, but yeah, it's a very sweet card. Templar Captain. This compares to Despicable Dreadlord. Yeah, but this costs 3 more mana. Man said this card's gonna ruin Arena. It's an epic. It's an epic. It's not gonna be in many drafts, but yeah, you can get off random dragons and discover a dragon. But yeah, Lyra says Templar's insane. This is one of the first cards they revealed. I don't know what. Does anybody know what set this is? What set of armor this is? I don't recognize it offhand. I do. I've seen it, but I don't know where it's from. Was this the tier 3 Paladin set? I don't think it is, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, Templar Captain, Rush. After his attacks a minion, summon a 5/5 defender with taunt. So yeah, 8 mana 8/8 Rush, already good. Summoning a 5/5 defender, even if this dies, even if you throw this into the 8/8 Forge Fiend, you still get the 5/5 defender for free. It's another 6. Paladin's got some sweet stuff here. Paladin's got some sweet stuff. At the end, at least. At the end, on the high mana stuff. This is amazing. Yeah. Save snuck. It's this fake card in the card review. It's the best card you've seen in a while. Yeah, it's perfect for Arena. It's exactly what you want to do in Arena. Respond while building board. Absolutely. I was wondering if anybody knew where this armor was in World of Warcraft, but I don't think I see anybody knowing. Oh well. So can't wait to lose this. At least it's a rare, not a common. At least, Drunk says it's only a rare, right? It's gonna show up. It's gonna show up. Not as often as commons, but it's gonna show up. Just like Righteous Defense is also a rare, I believe. Okay, so that was the Paladin cards. We got Mage, Hunter, Druid, and Demon Hunter before we wrap up, and we'll probably do like one Arena run. The Shivering Sorceress. 1 mana 2/2. Battlecry, reduce the cost of the highest cost spell in your hand by 1. So yeah, 1 mana 2/2 is already good. You know, a Blazing Battle Mage was the first one they printed as a neutral. And getting your Flame Strike down to 6 mana, getting your that 5 mana deal 8 damage and summon a minion equal to the overkill damage down to 4 mana. All these things are helpful. Reducing the cost of any spell is helpful, and 1 mana 2/2s are good anyway. So there's gonna be like 5-star cards that you're more excited about than this, you know. So you might, if this is up against Flame Strike, you might say, well, I still want Flame Strike, but it's just a really, really insanely good card. It's the stat line you want with a really solid upside. This is probably 6. I don't think I'm gonna call it a 6, but it's just this insanely good card. It does everything good. Amplified Snow Flurry. Oh, Rick says just this is the set. Vestments of a Winged Tramp. Where was it from? Siege of Orgrimmar. Oh, so it's actually a Mists of Pandaria set. Okay, interesting. Most of the armor they're putting in this expansion is from WoW Classic. But that explains why I don't recognize it. Okay, I appreciate you sharing that, Rick. I was curious where it came from. I knew I had seen it, but I didn't think it was from WoW Classic, which indeed I'm right. Alright, Amplified Snow Flurry. Battlecry, your next tier power costs 0 and freezes the target. Plus, it's an elemental. Plus, it's a 2-mana 2/3. Plus, it's... Mage is getting insanely good common cards for Arena. Yeah. Some people saying 6. Lara says 6. I think I'm still just gonna call it a 5. But oh yeah. Lara says it's not even your next tier power this turn. Maybe it's a 6, but I feel like we're giving out too many 6s. Higgs is 8. Eli says 5. I'm still gonna say super high end 5 than 6, I think, but yeah. Max, what other 2-drop would you pick over this? Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily that I would pick any other 2-drop over it, but in a deck that already has a bunch of 2s, and you don't have much late game, would you still just take an 8-mana 8/8 taunt? That's the question. I think to be a 6, it has to be, something you're just insanely excited about. You might even give 6 to, like, Solarian, just because it's so exciting in the late game. And it's still a 2-mana with an upside. It's not as good on its own as this, but it has the crazy late game effect. She says they would still draft this. Ruby says Claw Machine's a 6. Claw Machine's is pretty darn insane. Draw a card, buff the card, respond. Alright. Do you want to build a snowman? Something. Popular movie. Summon a 3/3. Snowman that freezes, add build a snow brute to your hand. This is like Pyros, right? You actually, even off Snow Brute, you get another one, right? That's even bigger. I have to look this card up to tell you the exact numbers. It was a 6/5 club, she's a 6/3. It is still a higher number. Yeah, it's like Pyros, right? Let me look up the exact stat line. Somebody might know it offhand, but I don't. So yeah, 3-mana 3/3, it freezes, which is fine. It's slightly above a 3-star card. But then you get Build a Snow Brute, which is a 6-mana that does a 6/6 that freezes. And then you get the Schnogger. It's all Schnogger now, which is a 9-mana 9/9 that freezes. So there's, just like Pyros, there's a ton of value packed into this. It's all slightly understated. But they all freeze, which is nice, and they all, and it's just a lot of value. So if you have time for the value, it's a ton of value. It's insane value. But sometimes Pyros was too slow. Lightforge loved Pyros. Rated as like a 12-star card. Chimp also points out that Pyros does have to die. You can play the 3/3 and the 6/6 on the same turn. That's a good point. Actually. All right. Fine. I was gonna say 4 stars. But you've convinced me that because of the potential on turn 9+ to get the 3/3 and the 6/6 on the same turn while adding the 9/9 to your hand for the next turn without having to have a death rattle trigger. All right, you've convinced me to say 5. I was going to say 4, but you're right. I agree with you. All right. I was supposed to freeze niche, but it's still something. Yeah. 3/3 freeze is not hugely understated. I agree. If this was the entire card, I'd rate it 3. And then for all the value, but kind of slow, I was going to rate it 4. But as pointed out, the switching from basically Battle Cry from Death Rattle, we'll do 5. Is that common? No, it's rare. Arcane Brilliance. Add a copy of a 7, 8, 9, and 10 cost spell in your deck to your hand. This is a constructed card. I mean, maybe your deck has a Flame Strike and a puzzle box and the mark of the Archmage or whatever. Maybe you've got all of them. But even if you have all of them, spending 4 mana to get the copies is kind of difficult. This is a constructed card. I would almost never recommend this. And not only do you need to have them in your deck, you know, in general, you have to have not drawn them to make this work. This is a constructed card. You would almost never, ever draft this. Just like Psych Melon was a good card in Druid, but it wasn't really playable in Arena. Did you skip a card? Did I skip a card? Oh, I skipped Siphon Mana. You're right. I appreciate you pointing that out. Which is a common. Deal 2 damage on will kill, reduce the cost of spells in your hand by 1. Still more of a constructed card, right? Still more of a constructed card where they've got the spell mages, the Quest Mage. This is an enhancement to Quest Mage, which is going to annoy people, even though they nerfed the Quest Mage. She says decent. Yeah, I mean, you really want to do 3 damage for 2 mana, and you usually don't have a ton of spells in Arena. So I would, actually flip kind of between 2 and 3 here. It's still more of a constructed card. The more spells you have, the better. But yeah, 2 mana, deal 2 damage is just not keeping up with the current level of power. I'd probably say 2 for Arena. Sure, it'll be highly relevant to constructed, though. Yeah, she's good up with building the snowman, that's true. Alright. Melinda Stonehearth, which was in that, why can't I remember the name of the creator? Was it Raunchy? But yeah, one of these YouTube creators, animated reveal. And yeah, it was just kind of fun, because when they showed the card, they just edited the innkeeper voice line of saying, Hearthstone to Stonehearth. Valkyrie draw 2 spells, swap their costs with this minion's stats. So yeah, the big problem with this is a lot of times you're gonna make like a 2 mana spell into a 5 mana spell, right? And then this is gonna become like a 6 mana 2/2, right? So you need the right deck for this. You need a mage that has like big spells and not small spells. Otherwise, you're paying 6 mana for a very small minion and you're getting some very expensive spells that don't do much. So this is kind of the reverse of what you're usually doing in Arena, it turns out. If you've got the right deck, then fantastic. But this is incredibly slow, and the spells you draw are usually going to get messed up. So it's really awkward. If you got small spells in this card, it's really, really, really awkward. I mean, 2, it's so it fixes the attack or health change first. I don't know actually, but just however it works, it seems like something that is the exact opposite of what you're trying to do in Arena, except for drawing cards in general. But you might have the right deck for this. Because there's some big cards coming up like this. Some big spells. There's like 3 big spells. If HP changes first, it matters if you only have 1 spell, which happens. Ah, interesting, I gotcha. Yeah, dance attack probably doesn't matter. Well, like, fix it. It does matter to a degree, but, anyway, this card's fun. This card's fun. 3 mana more than a regular polymorph, and you polymorph everything. So, it's fun. It's a super fun card. There's a Kazakus potion that did this, right? It's very fun. It's very fun. If your opponent's trying to play big minions, two or 3 big minions, you can cut them down just having 3/1/1s type thing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, Kazakus has fewer steps, exactly. It's gonna be fun. But it's terrible against aggro, right? They brought back Polymorph. Yeah. But yeah, pretty terrible against aggro, because they're still gonna have a like 6/1/1s, and you're already on the way to dying. So it's very meta dependent. If the meta is slow and controlly, it's gonna be pretty great. If the meta is really fast, it's not gonna work. Vic says, why doesn't this steal their stats? Righteous Polymorph, right? This is 3 mana cheaper than Kazakus, and you don't need the setup turn. But Kazakus, you can be preparing for the situation that's on the board right now. This card, you've drafted. It's always in your deck, and the situation may not call for it. I do like it. I do like it, but it's very meta dependent. Just spending 7 mana to sheep like an 8/8. If that's the situation, they've played an 8/8, you don't have answers besides this is fine, even though you'd rather have, regular polymorph if it was possible. It's situational. It's situational, but at least it can be used in an awkward situation and usually not feel horrible. If it said transform all enemy minions in the sheep, it would be insane. But because it does yours too, you have to already be in kind of a bad situation for it. Honestly, I think I need to say 3. But if it's the right meta, maybe it can be 4. But yeah, you need to be behind. You need to be behind in the right way, which is pretty specific. Very cool card, though. Again, this hero card will almost definitely not be draftable, but you'll probably be able to get randomly in some cases. We'll take a look at it and talk about it very briefly anyway. What does this card do? Recast a spell from each school you've cast this game. A lot of times you will have played like a Fire, Frost, and maybe an Arcane card. And maybe that could be nice, maybe. And your hero power becomes deal 1 damage, honorable kill, gain +2. Oh. So if you kill something, then it turns into a 3 damage hero power, and then if you manage to honorable kill something else with a 3 damage, it becomes 5 damage. If you honorable kill something else, it becomes 7 damage. So over the course of, 3 turns, you could just get this ping that can kill like any minion or kill their face. Just won't be draftable. Oh yeah, no, none of these hero cards will be draftable, but you'll still be able to get them randomly off like discovers or random class cards. So I'm still talking about them briefly. If you could draft this, I think it's too slow. I think it's too slow. It's cool, but I think it's too slow. It's so slow that if you don't have the right spells for it, if you don't happen to have the right spells for it, I would probably say don't draft it. It's just 8 mana, and you need like 3 more turns of setup. Maybe 2, but yeah, unlike some of the other ones that were like 5s, I don't think this would work. So it's how you acquire a hero card randomly. There's Swashbuckler in right now, the 1 mana 1/1 rogue card that says get a random class card. That can give you a hero card. And yeah, this one is like the card that got discussed the most in the expansion because people like puzzle box type cards. And so yeah, cast 20 mana worth of mage spells, and unlike puzzle box, but like the Solarian Prime, if it can hit an enemy, it will. I never saw clarification. Did anybody see clarification? If this does cast cards like secrets, I assume it does. But because of the way it's worded, it's worded in such a way it sounds like it might only cast things that hit enemies. I assume it can do secrets, but I never saw clarification. Because it has to be able to cast secrets. Again, I think so, but they might only specifically flag cards that can hit enemies, just because it says at enemies. But I think it can cast secrets. But I never saw confirmation. Fixes Solarian Prime without the 7/7 body. Solarian Prime is worded differently. Solarian Prime says cast 5 random mage spells and target enemies if possible. This says cast 20 mana worth of spells at enemies, which could imply only things that can hit enemies. But I still think it will be able to cast spells. When it says something Solarian, it doesn't say the same thing. Solarian says if possible. This says at enemies. Different wording. I think they work the same way, but different wording. Magic cards literally. And yeah, it's not praying to Yagam or praying to Varden. Fixes this card's nowhere near as good as Puzzle Box. I think because it targets enemies instead of possibly being able to hit your own stuff, it could possibly be better than Puzzle Box. But it will cast less stuff in general, which means less chances at card draw, less chances at things like secrets. But Solarian's incredibly strong. I think this card will be very, very strong too, but you will often whiff it, but people are gonna draft it just because it's fun. Solarian usually worked out. I think this card will usually work out too, but we'll see. Maybe 20 mana is not as strong as I think it is. Alright, and yeah, Fix says, the next card, why it's nowhere near Puzzle Box. At the end of your turn, cast another spell from your deck, lasts 3 turns. So yeah, in Constructed, you can set this up with this. But in Arena, this will target randomly, right? So if you got a fireball in your deck, it could just fireball your own face. Spending 10 mana on this. Yes, 10 mana do nothing amazing. Oh, right. So yeah, you're worried that the Rune of the Archmage might waste 10 of its mana playing this, and that could also sabotage you if you cast fireball on yourself or something. Yeah. That's true. It'll be a low roll. I said, I don't understand the purpose of this card. It's for the memes, I think, mostly. It's to, yeah, cast Rune of the Archmage. You make a deck that has this card and has the Rune of the Archmage, and in Wild has Puzzle Box, and you're just casting these 10 mana spells 3 turns in a row at the cost of 1 turn. So you can only have 2 Archmage, but in Wild you can have Puzzle Box and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if it'll work at all, but that's the intention, I believe. But yeah, this is, you can't spend 10 mana on this. You can't spend 10 mana on this. This is like absolutely positively do not draft. Okay. We got 3 classes left. In Arena, you could have unlimited Archmage. Yeah, but it's an epic, so you never would. Pick says, Trouble, a lot of problems trying to internalize what 20 mana of random mage spells is worth. Well, I mean, you try to think about what Solarian's 5 spells usually looked like, right? And I feel like when you play a Solarian, generally what happens is you get like 2 secrets, which is 6 mana, and then you might draw some cards off like Arcane Intellect, which is 9 mana. Maybe you get lucky and the Flame Striker goes off, which would go up to 16 mana. And then maybe there's a Fireball, maybe there's a Shooting Star, which is only 1 mana. I feel like Solarian is often casting around 20 mana anyway. But yeah, we will have to see it in action. But I think it'll be quite similar in terms of results. We'll see. John says, oh, wait, what? Really? Really? That shocks me if true. John says that 9 mana spell is confirmed to only cast spells that hit enemies or target spells that in this case will only target enemies. Really? This was my supposition, and people in chat, Fix and such, were saying that no, it's gonna work like Solarian. Now Leaf says where, and I trust John. John streams Arena, you should check him out. My level of trust for John is higher than a lot of chat. I haven't seen this confirmation, but I imagine Cora or somebody said it. Wow, yeah. I mean, that's the way the wording looks to me, but I'm surprised it actually works that way. Curious. Pat says he doesn't trust us, chat. I didn't say I didn't trust you. I said I trust you less. Go stream. Show up on a webcam. And trust level increases. At least a bit. It was worrying about fireballs being the only card possible. It's like you're saying, 20 mana is as impressive as it sounds. It still casts Flamestruck on an empty board, it seems. Yeah, but if it casts Flamestruck on an empty board, they probably had a board before and you already cleared it with the first Flamestrike. So you're still pretty happy. Chrissy Dual Mac, hope you're doing great. Hero class. It's also confirmed. Trust me, safe. That macro is crazy. You're crazy if you think otherwise. I think it's gonna be good. I'm on your side. Eli said, I believe it. Hearthstone should word things do the exact same thing the exact same way. This isn't word the same. Yeah, but there's a lot of inconsistency in Hearthstone. 2x doing fine. Sounds good. Sounds good. Better than me. Bloodseeker. 2-mana 2/2 honorable kill game +1/+1. Oh, I love this. I mean, I hate this because I don't like playing Hunter. I think this card is completely nuts. I don't know if people agree with me. I think this is one of the craziest arena cards ever. I'm honestly putting 6. It's so easy. It's so easy in arena to kill a 2/3 that you've hit something with 1 into, or kill a 3/2. You kill it. Now you got a 3/2 weapon, right? Because you did use a durability charge, but you get it back. So you go up to 3/2, and then next turn they play a 3/4, and you put 1 damage into it with something you got on board, and you kill it, and now you got a 4/2. And then they try to play, another 3/4, and you kill it, and you got a 5/2. And they try to play a Chill One Yeti, and you kill it, and you got a 6/2. And it's just, you're gonna take some face damage, but it's like you just keep building your board while this just keeps killing things. It's one of the craziest cards ever for arena. This is a common card that's gonna win games on its own on turn 2. You're gonna feel helpless. It's going out Benjamin Button style. It has to make it common. I will use their face to kill everything. And then once it's up to like 8/2, once it's up to like 8/2 on turn 8, they're just gonna hit you in the face with it twice, and you're dead. Why? So what about weapon destruction though? Yeah, at least the Viper will probably be around, and Viper's a common. But yeah, I think this is one of the craziest cards ever for arena. And it's a common. So yeah, I don't generally like playing Hunter. So this card scares me a lot. It's going to be super frustrating. Losing this weapon is a slow but painful process. Right, you're going to be. You're going to be in the situation where it's up to 4 attack, and you're like, I can either play a 4 attack minion, or I can life tap. That's all I can do. Elijah, do you know if Viper will be in? Not hard confirmed. Not hard confirmed. They could remove Stormwind. We'll know on Tuesday, almost certainly, with the patch. Dunbar Bunker. I spent hundreds of hours, in and around these bunkers, and the Horde Towers too. So this is very nostalgic for me. This setup. You see the door. You see the door on the left side. You go in the door. There's a bottom floor. It's a circle. There's stairs that go up to the top floor, and then there's a circle around the top floor. You can look down to the bottom, and then you can like jump out those little windows and stay around the edges. I spent a lot of time in these bunkers fighting the Horde. Hard House 1 game, yeah. Hard House 2 games of AV. Toolmac and John have basically the same joke, but it's the right joke to make. All right. Lupin says fighting the Horde. I'm sorry. Lupin says, how dare you? I bid you stand for the Alliance. This was the only battleground the Alliance could win, at least on my server. Alliance won Alterac Valley like 80% of the time, but they lost Warsong Gulch and Arathi Basin like 95% of the time. Emphasis for the Alliance, save for the Alliance. I have brought peace, justice, and security to my new alliance. Alright, then your turn, draw a secret. It's cost to 1. Yeah, this is terrible. This is like what I had actually looked at the card. I was just talking about the Alterac Valley and World of Warcraft. Yeah. Most secrets are not worth drafting, except for like Freezing Trap. And yeah, maybe you've already drawn your secrets. You gotta have, like a 4+ secrets in your deck for this to be good. Yeah, that's super terrible in almost every deck. Here is Ice Trap though, a new secret. When your opponent casts a spell, return it to your hand instead. It costs 1 more. This card's interesting. This card's very interesting, right? Because we keep talking about Flame Strike, which Flame Strike's an epic now. It doesn't show up as often as it used to. But if your opponent needs to Flame Strike you, and they can't because of this, It's very curious. But on the other hand, you know, if you play this against a shaman that has that like 1-cost Winter Chill card, they play the Winter Chill, it comes back. Oh, it costs 2. Great, you know. If the opponent doesn't need to play a spell at all, if they just have like this minion stuff, they're not drawing their spells, which is pretty common. This is 2 mana to do nothing, except to make them try to guess what your secret is. It's a cool secret, it literally and figuratively. But in Arena, it's not always going to work. It's not always going to work. When it does work, it might work big. It might work big. Just as this 2-mana counterspell. I mean, sort of, except they get a chance to play it again later. And so if you go, if there's this cheap spell, they might just play it again. If the opponent plays a cheap spell and you have counterspell up, at least it's gone. If they try to play Renew, it's gone. If they try to play Renew against this, they still Renew for 2 mana. Allow her to go 3. I think I'm also going to say 3. I kind of want to go 2, because I'm not a secret person. But this could win you a game, for sure. For sure, this could win you a game. No question, it will win you a game. But sometimes it's just not going to do anything. So, yeah, they're new for 2 mana, exactly. Spells in Arena, exactly. I'm tempted to say 2. I think this won't work. It'll be irrelevant often enough to not want to draft it. But the effect is strong enough that I'm very hesitant to say less than 3. Yeah, Shift is 3 is too generous. I really want to say 2. I'm not a secret person. I think there's too many minions in Arena to reliably draft this. But it's when it does work, it's so strong. It's tough to not say 3. Because it's going to activate your spell stones. Your 3/3 ostriches. Oh, because they don't activate it, yeah. For the ostrich thing. It's helpful that you know they have a spell. I mean, as long as they don't replay it instantly. And yeah, passes. Wait, you're like spells in Arena. Wait, you guys are getting spells? Alright. Ram Tamer, Battle Cry. If you control a secret, gain +1/+1 and stealth. Yeah, I mean, if you don't control a secret, it's a 3-mana 4/3, which is fine. If you've got secrets like Ice Trap or whatever, then that's quite good. So, you know, 3 stars by default. Bad 3. You want a 3/4, not a 4/3. If you got, you know, 1 secret, goes to maybe a high-end 3. If you got 2 secrets, maybe it's a 4. If you got 12 secrets, it becomes a really good card, but your deck's gonna die. Yeah, Fix doesn't like 3 HP. Vulnerable that priest card, if nothing else. But yeah, low-end 3. The more secrets you have, the better it gets. Revive Pet. Cute artwork. Reminds me of the ice foxes in Star Wars Last Jedi. Revive Pet. Discover friendly beast that died this game and summon it. You do still need to have the right deck for this, but, you know, if you've got Savannah Highmane and Nesting Rock and whatever, they could have been killed by Galaka, and then you could resummon them and have them get killed by the next Galaka. And that's pretty good. Yeah, David says you can bring back Humongous Owl. Get another random 8 damage. But yeah, as long as you got some, you know, 4-cost beasts, 5-cost beasts could be quite good. It's a hard card to rate because it's super deck dependent. If this was your first pick in a draft, I would probably actually say avoid it. But it's if you got Savannah Highmanes or other big beasts, in certain metas, you know, you might have Violet Worms or something. If you've actually drafted Mastodons, you could get 3 mana to get a giant taunt back. So yeah, just as looking for this card, Trixie Hunter decks are the favorite. So yeah, it's deck dependent. It's a hard one to rate. But on pick 1, I would probably you could get more Bear Sharks. It'd be 3 mana Bear Shark, sure. An extra Bear Shark. Deal 3 damage to a minion and cast a secret from your deck. Yeah, there's all this secret synergy, which is not super good in Arena typically. Deal 3 damage to a minion and cast a secret from your deck. Honorable kill, cast 2 secrets. I mean, to do this reliably, you have to probably have at least 3 secrets in your deck, because you might draw one early. In the right deck, this is quite powerful, but it's pretty tough to pull off, especially for me, who tends to avoid secrets. For me, who usually has between 0 and 1 secrets, this is either a 1 or a low-end 2. But if you are somebody who does draft a lot of secrets, it could be a really, really good card. Thins your deck, gets some power in play, does some damage, does a lot of things at once, if you can get the honorable kill, and if you've drafted a lot of secrets. I don't like to draft secrets, though. I don't like Explosive Trap, I don't like Snake Trap that much. There's a lot of secrets I don't like. Alright, now, it is, how close are we to the end? Still at least 3 cards. Yeah, it is time for a break. Oh boy, I hope this, I really... These always take so long. I was hoping this would take 3 hours, but we're 4 hours in, and we still got 2 classes to go. But we gotta take a break. We gotta take a 3-minute break. We'll be back with even more cards. I'm having a good time, but man, these take so long. How's the break time again? I swear it's been an hour since the last break. I swear, I've got a timer. Let's get back to it. Everybody says honorable kill seems kind of pointless to you. Pointless. I don't know if I agree with that. Somebody was saying that the revived pet, the Night Elf, looks like Kriparian. Unless you meant the Foxy thing. Alright, we're on the Battle Ram. This is, ooh, a card review. Yeah, we've been doing it for 4 hours. We're getting towards the end of it. We got 2.5 classes to go. So guys, I missed the review. Well, you missed most of it. It's on the VOD. Okay. And yes, Leaf claimed that that Archmage card can cast untargetable spells. Wait. Untargetable spells would still include things like Flame Strike. Shoot. Let me look at the exact wording here. Can the Rune of the Archmage cast 0 mana spells? Yes. Can't cast non-targetable spells like... Oh, so they specifically say Cram Session, which does not target enemies. Said yes. Okay. Well, if that's true, it does work like Prime. But John said they saw a tweet that said it didn't work that way, so I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. Okay. Fuse is asking if the Bloodseeker can proc multiple times. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. That's why I rated it 6. I think it's one of the craziest cards ever. Alright, Stormpike Battle Ram. As good as the ramming mount? This is what is real. Wait, which card is that? Rush, Death Rattle, your next beast. Oh, yeah, what is real just in terms of... I don't know who to believe. I don't know which one to shoot. The truth, you can't handle the truth. No truth handler you. I deride your truth handling ability. Damn, so we'll find out in like a week and a half. Alright. Your next beast costs 2 less. 4 mana, 4/3 rush. Well, you need another beast. You need another beast. If you don't have another beast, this is like a 3, kind of a low 3, because you want like Fireball. Well, I don't know. You could rush a... There's a lot of actually 3 mana 2/4s in this expansion, right? So you could rush a 3 mana 2/4 and keep a 4/1 on board. So yeah, okay, 3 at least. And if you've got... Oh, wait, this is not in hand. This is not, like, reduce the cost of a beast in hand. This is the whole game. I mean, you'll have another beast as Hunter. Yeah, it looks persistent. There's so much persistent stuff now. We used to not have persistent stuff. We used to have everything be this turn. But this is persistent. Oh. Okay, well then that's at least 4. You're gonna have another beast as Hunter. It could even be 5, because of the next card. Or no, 2 cards from now. Here, let's skip up to 2 cards from now. Because the next card's the hero card. So your next beast costs 2 less. What you could do next turn, and play a 5 mana Mountain Bear. And the Mountain Bear is a common. So yeah, 7 mana, 5/6 taunt. But you can make it 5/5, you just played the Ram. And Death Rattle summoned 2 2/4 cubs with taunt. So yeah, I think David was mentioning that this is kind of similar to Savannah Highmane. It's 1 extra mana for a flipped stat line and better death rattle. So yeah. This card's really, really good. And you could maybe make it 5 mana with that Ram. Some 2/4s versus 3 mana, 3/4. Wait, who's they? It loves the art specifically. The cub looks pretty angry. Rick says other people look pretty angry. Fixes the 5/6 Galakan. Oh, I got. Now I understand. That's their 3/4. I see. Okay, but yeah, this probably 4-star if you got some decent beasts, and maybe 5-star if you got some of those like mountain bears. If you just remind of Crash Bandicoot, actually, huh? We got Mamba. Oh, mama. Again, you probably will not be able to draft hero cards. Can we see the improved secrets? I can't show them on screen very easily, but I can mention what they do. If I can get to this card on the Hearthstone website. So yeah, Battlecry, discover and cast 2 improved secrets. So yeah, there's improved Explosive Trap, which does 3 damage instead of 2. Improved Freezing Trap makes the minion cost 4 more instead of 2 more. Improved Snake Trap summons 2/2 snakes, 3 2/2 snakes instead of 1/1 snakes. Improved Pack Tactics summons 2 3/3 copies of minions instead of 1. Open the Cages summons 2 Animal Companions instead of 1 if you got 2 minions on board. Improved Ice Trap. It makes the spell cost 2 more instead of 1 more. And that's all the ones it shows on the Hearthstone website, at least. And they're just like current secrets, but improved. Indeed. Nice, it's pretty good considering it's cheap. And what was your hero power become, by the way? You get 3 mana, summon an animal companion. So every turn you get to summon a Misha Huffer or Leok. That's pretty good. So yeah, if you could draft it for a constant 3 mana summon animal companion for a Madden Rexar. if we're in favor of Tavish. Alright, always up for memes. Will Wild also get improved Wild Secrets? I don't know. It doesn't list them here on the Hearthstone website. And will they make improved secrets going forward if they print new secrets? I don't know the answers. Currently, Wild Secrets are not being improved. They confirm no. Okay. They keep printing these hunter cards, like Death Knight Rexar, that need these future changes and stuff. Future standard ones will be as long as it's standard. Interesting. Initially had 3 different Tavish beasts. Oh yeah? I didn't hear about this either. Oh, he's got the crab at the least, yeah. If you could draft this, you're spending 2 extra mana for these improved secrets rather than 2 regular secrets, and you get a hero power that's usually better than doing 2 damage to enemy face. I'd probably still give it 5. I would be surprised if it's a 4. If you could draft it, but you won't be able to. Alright, 9 mana, 5/4. Terrible stat line, 1 star. Let's move along. Battlecry, summon a beast from your deck. Give it rush. If it kills a minion this turn, repeat. Actually, still pretty iffy, right? Your opponent has to have minions on board to kill. You have to summon beasts that are big enough to make kills. More of a constructed card for sure. If at least the Wing Commander itself had rush, it'd be a little more draftable. Yeah, Scully says kind of cool, but not good. Yeah. Just says not even constructed. It's gonna be too slow and iffy too, quite possibly. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't draft this in almost any deck. You might have all the stars line up and be able to make this work, but yeah, you'd almost never take this. If he says, it seems decent. No, it's beast dependent, but I can imagine it doing full clears. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's 2. I mean, if you can get, I don't know, maybe it's 1. 9 mana, 5/4. And I'm like, well, if you get like a bear shark, you get a 4/3. That's still not worth 9 mana. I'm still leaning 1. It wouldn't take too much to be a 2 in the right deck, but yeah. Alright, we still got 2 classes to go, Druid and Demon Hunter. Lars unpressed, yeah. Okay, choose 1. Draw your lowest cost card, or draw your highest cost card. We've talked about this on one or two previous picks. You almost never want to take something like this. You could sometimes you could call it 2 if you've got a really important high cost card to draw. But yeah, in Arena, typically you don't want to spend 2 mana to get a different card from your deck. You'd rather just draft a good card to draw instead. Now, if this is up against, let's call it 2. If this is up against another terrible card, you could spend 2 mana to draw a good card from your deck instead of drafting, like a 1-mana 1/1 that does nothing. It just haven't completely clutter your deck. You can spend this when you've got the mana to spare. But you would rather just draft a good card and draw that for 0 mana than draw this card and spend 2 mana on drawing a different card. So it's something to avoid, but sometimes I might have to take it. Choose 1 star, 2 star, yeah. Went for 2. Yeah, 2 mana get you Sarah faster, get Sneeds faster, right. In the right deck, it could be worth doing, but it's still typically something to avoid. Bosh! Thanks for the follow, I appreciate that. Alright, Claw, Fury, Adept, Battle... Oh, right, this card's like 5/6. This was another one that Dreads and Redbeard got to reveal. 2 mana, 2/3, Battlecry, give all friendly characters +1 attack on this turn, which includes your face. It's half a Savage Roar on a stick, and the stick is well statted itself. I'm shocked this isn't at least like a 2 mana 2/2. Very shocked. But here it is. Why is this much better than Raid Leer? Well, the effect is not ongoing. It is this turn, but yeah, it's a very, 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 very good card. Even if you just play it on turn 2, hey, you gave yourself 1 attack on your hero, and you got a 2/3 down. But yeah, it's if you got a wide board, it's just gives you so much power. Yeah, it's fine on its own. Actually, it's good on its own. It's insane token decks. Yeah, this is one of the craziest cards ever. Frostwolf Kennels. 3 mana. At the end of your turn, summon a 2/2 wolf with stealth. Last 3 turns. So we saw another one that was similar to this, right? That was really good. This, it seems. The other one was 4 mana, wasn't it? But yeah, the other one was the 4 mana, summon a 3/4 that freezes, and then another 3/4, and then another 3/4. This is 1 mana less, but the cards it summons are significantly less good. But they are stealth tokens that you could later on, buff with Claw Fury or some other AoE buff. I think this is too slow. I don't think it's necessarily too slow, but I think it's quite good even. But I rated the other one 5. This one I'd probably only say 4. I think it's quite good. I think the ongoing power, it's got a lot of value. I think it gives you some opportunity to buff and such. But yeah, it's not as good as the... It's the Shaman one. Was it Shaman or was it... Yeah, no, yeah, it is Shaman, because the Mage one has the 10 mana one. Yes, it was Shaman. I was thinking Mage at first with stuff that freezes. So yeah, I think the Shaman one is definitely better in almost every case, but this is pretty good. You'll draft this. Heart of the Wild. Give a minion +2/+2, then give you beast +1/+1. They've printed all these beast druid cards over years and years. It's like never been a tier 1 or even like tier 2 deck, has it? But here's another one. Give a minion +2/+2, which is only worth like 1.7 mana. Then give your beast +1/+1. So if you put it on a beast, it's +3/+3 for 3 mana, but it's not really worth 3 mana. You need other beasts on board. You might make it work. But it's more of a, I don't know, not even a standard beast. It works with this card, obviously. These are beasts. So in the right deck, it could find a place, but overall, it's something you're looking to avoid. +2/+2 is 1.5 mana. I think I said 1.7, right? 1 mana 2/2 minions are average now. Yeah, I'm comparing like the old Mark of the Wild Here's Heart of the Wild. All right, Pathmaker. Is that a Volpera? I'm like, what even is that? I guess it's a Volpera. Is it a Volpera? It's just kind of weird to see Volperas in Alterac Valley, since Volperas were added so many years later. Like 15 years later. Cast the other choice from the last choose one spell you've cast. Zahn thinks it's a Worgen, but John says it's a Volpera. Worgen. Lars, it's a tree. Jess got there first. Uh-oh. John says, can Worgen be druids? I don't... It seems like they should be able to be, but I don't think they can, because I can't think of what their totems look like. Too tall of you, Volpera. There's not much for scale. That says they can be druids. What do the Worgen totems look like? Oh, Fix says druids don't have totems. Oh yeah, shaman. Jeez. Hold on, the stream's over. I'm ashamed. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, finish the review. Just as I say, I feel bad about that. I feel embarrassed, ashamed. All right. 3 mana, 3/4 is the 3-star card. Cast the other choice from the last choose one spell you've cast. I mean, obviously, it depends on how many choose one cards do you have. Have you played a choose one before this? I mean, it's probably pretty good. It's probably pretty good, but it's very deck dependent. By default, it's a 3. Every choose one you've got, especially cheap ones, makes this better and better. But it's always draftable, just like any 3 mana, 3/4. That's just too situational. Well, it's too situational to maybe rate it, like a 5, but it's always draftable. It's always draftable. It's a 3 mana, 3/4. It's always draftable, and maybe you'll get the upside. So it's a good card. It's a good card for Arena. Just questionable how good. The Pride Seeker. Oh, good. We've got, like, child soldiers. Excellent. Oh. 3 mana, 2/4. Your next choose one card costs 2 less. Now, this one is too specific, right? This one is still a good card because it's well statted. This one's not well statted. So this one, on the other hand, is a 2 that does increase the more good choose one cards you have. But by default, it's a 2. And it depends on how common the choose one cards are and such. This child soldier can take on 4 Silverhand recruits. Says that's a child's clearly a lion or a bear or something. Yeah, Lyra is very vulnerable to any form of camouflage. It's a tree, it's a bear. It's Grandma! What big teeth you have, Grandma, says Lyra. 4 mana, 4/4. Stealth. Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 wolf with stealth. This is quite nice. This is very nice, actually, isn't it? My question is it very nice, or is it very, very, very nice? Synergize with that beast card if you happen to have it. Stealth is buffable. Stealth is survival. Yeah, fix it's 4 in 2021. It's very nice, though. It's very nice. Imagine showing Hearthstone player years ago, the Frostwolf card. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Back when Paladin Shredder was OP. Yeah, that's a good card to compare it to. You get 1 extra health. You always always low roll the 2, but you get 1 extra health, and you get consistency. I saw this legendary for sure. This card's neat. It's pretty specific, but it's neat. 4 mana, 2/5. Bad stat line. But it has Rush. And then your minions, all your minions, including this one, have Honorable Kill, summon a 2/2 with Rush. And that gets Honorable Kill, summon a 2/2. So if your opponent, and this happens with enemy druids most of all, druids have a lot of 2/2 Trents sometimes. You know, they have that 8-mana spell right now, for instance, that summons up 5 2/2s. You play this, you kill one with a 2/5, you summon a 2/2, you kill a 2/2, it summons a 2/2, you kill a 2/2, summons a 2/2, boom, 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 boom. So if you can set anything like that up, this card's nuts. And that situation comes up pretty often. Pretty often. See, what if it's incoming? Scully says, has poison work with honorable kill? You know, does anybody know, actually? I think it would not work. I think, wait, it's do exact lethal damage. Lethal damage. Must do exact damage. Yeah, I don't think it would work with poison. I don't think it would work with poison. I don't think it would trigger the honorable kill, unless you happen to do the right amount of damage anyway. It's hard to evaluate honorable kill cards, but know what minions are going to play. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, actually. In Arena, you play minions. In Arena, you play minions. In Arena, you play minions with, 2 attack and 3 health, and 4 health, and 5 health, and 4 attack. And you play minions kind of wide. You get like 3 minions on board. I think it's relatively easy for the opponent to have a 4 health minion, and you've got something that has 2 damage honorable kill, and you've got another 2/3, and you bump in the 2/3, and then you do the 2 damage for the honorable kill. I think it's going to be relatively easy overall to set up honorable kills. And it might make for slightly awkward trading, but I think in Arena, that's minion-based, it's going to be relatively easy to trigger honorable kills, most of the time. That's my prediction, anyway. We need a minion with underkill. Right, we got overkill. We've overkill, honorable kill, and then I want a word for, like, playing with your food, taunting. Torture. There we go. Torture is a keyword. Hit something, make it bleed without killing it. Good, wholesome torture keyword. Yes, sadism, yes. These are the wholesome keywords we need. The Hobbit means with Underhill. He went by the name of Underhill. Flesh wound, yeah. I'm not sure if I get Kodo's one. Frenzy area exists. Well, that's if your minion. That's not sadism. That's masochism. But it's totally different. All right, but yeah, this card's pretty sweet, but it doesn't work against 8/8s and stuff. It's pretty sweet, but it's probably not 5, honestly. It's situational enough to probably be 4, but those situations are gonna be super sweet. All right. There's difference triggers enemy minions, but it's not the same. It's not the same as your minion working on anything by damaging it without killing it. Indoctrinate, ooh, big Mass Effect. I realize happy to see Guff, but yeah. George says, I'll miss you. Don't hurt my friends. So yeah, set your maximum amount to 20, which is neat. Neat, but not super helpful in Arena, typically. Gain a mana crystal, which if you cast it on 5, could help. Draw a card. Fine. You're a big meanie. That looks really interesting. It's got a setup, it's another card. It's another card. I mentioned on one other that the top comment on Reddit when this was revealed was, somehow, someday, this is going to break Wild forever. He's got an actual WoW character, just Hearthstone. All the mercenaries, I believe, are original Hearthstone characters. All 10 of them. Some of them have some similarities to existing WoW characters, but I believe they're all original to Hearthstone. Yeah, finally switch me out, right. What's the hero power? The hero power is choose one, gain a mana crystal, if you still need to ramp towards 10, I guess. Or more frequently, it's 2 mana draw a card. So it's life tap without losing health. Which is nice. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can spend 5 mana to gain 5 armor and swap over to kind of Warlock hero power. Because, we used to have, like, Sir Finley, like 1 mana, 1/3, discover a different hero power. Granted, if you got life tap there, you took 2 damage from it. I think this is, in Arena, too expensive to do what it does. You also get a card in ramp 1. Yeah, I still don't think it's worth 5 mana. Typically. In metas where your opponent is trying to act faster than you. Johnson, what about Omu? set your mana to back to maximum type thing. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a lot of card draw, though, yeah. Great, considering Druid's base hero power is garbage. It's not as good. It's one of the worst ones, I suppose. It's worse than Dagger, typically. Just about Twig of the World Tree, yeah. Fixes Druid hero power is mid-tier in arena. It's a ping, but you gotta smack stuff with your face. Visually, what the 20 mana crystals look like? It's a good question. Yeah, do they put them on another bar in there, or is it just numbers? I don't know. I'm guessing. Yeah, Glaive says. Sorry, Fix says. I assume it takes over the Overload row. That's what I'm kind of guessing. I haven't seen it. Somebody may have seen it. My guess, without having seen it. Oh, it's just numbers. That's not what I would have guessed. I would have guessed it would be like fighting games in particular, where you've got multiple health bars. And so the mana crystals would like start red. And then as they went down below 10, they would shift back to blue as you got to your next mana bar. That's what I thought they would do, but apparently not. Anyway, I still think this would be pretty tough to draft. I think it's too slow. I think it's too slow in most metas. So I would rate it 2, maybe 3. I think it's worse than most hero cards, if you could draft it. It would still be fun to get randomly sometimes, maybe. Red mana. Okay. 7 mana, 4/5. Taunt. Costs 1 less for each beast you've summoned this game. I'm trying to remember, what was the red mana stuff about? Was that a fake leak, or it was something they were doing in development? I remember this coming up, but I can't remember what it's about. Right, they considered it, then scrapped it. Okay, yeah, was it a fake leak, or was it something they were considering? Okay, it was that. Kind of Quarter Creeper. Costs 1 less for each beast in this game. Yeah, so you have to play 3 beasts for this to be good. You have to play 4 beasts for it to be very good. That's quite a lot of beasts. Stay managed some of it wasn't anything. Right. Yeah, I mean, if you got a lot of beasts, it could be fine, but I would typically say this is another card to generally avoid. Generally avoid. Especially when you're trying to... Yeah, they can't have that many gluttons, surely. Especially when a lot of us are trying to avoid beasts when we can right now with the gluttons. At 3 beasts, it's a circumalism. Right. Yeah, I think it's one to avoid for sure. We're back to Cold Tooth. Alright, there's just 1 class left. All we have left is the Demon Hunter. After 4 hours and 42 minutes. Oh, dear. I mean, hopefully you've had a good time. I mean, the time is flying by for me. It doesn't feel like 5 hours to me, but it has been. The timer says so. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, Dread Prison Glaive. There's like a tiny demon hunter, or demon, in, or at least reflected by the gem, yeah? I hadn't seen that at first. Honorable kill. Deal damage equal to your hero's attack to the enemy hero. So, you know, if you have ways to gain attack, this could be another card like that 8/8 Rush that trades and goes face at the same time, which could annoy me. Alright, so, okay, yeah, as a 1 mana 1/3 that you can hero power and get up to 2 attack, it's pretty okay. And if you've got other ways to boost your damage, like that Outcast gain 3 attack, you might be able to kill something like a Chillwind Yeti and also do 5 face damage at the same time, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Bad says this could be crazy constructed, quite possibly. Although it has problems against things like Spell Mage that just, like, don't put minions down, right? But, yeah. It's... Higher the attack is, harder honorable kill. It can be. But the bigger the payoff. Yeah, Coco says OTK possibility. Well, you'd have to have something with very, very high health, like Jess is saying. Right, yeah, oh no, because it has to be honorable kill, exactly. Yeah, man, I'd probably only say 3 here. I'd probably still only say 3. It's decent. Ancient 1 OTK. Battle Sworn Vanguard. 2 mana. Oh yeah, this is another one Dreads and Redbeard got to reveal. After you attack, summon 2 1/1 Fell Wings. So yeah, For 3 mana, you get a 2/2 and 2 1/1s while you swing your face. That's really good. And if they don't kill it, you can do it again. There was that neutral card that was a 2 mana 2/2 pirate that would summon 1 1/1. This summons 2. So, yeah, this is really good. I don't know if it's 5-star good, but certainly 4-star good. One of the best 2/2s ever, really. If it was 2/3, it would be 5-star. Just as power creep, well, it is a class card over a neutral, which they usually don't call power creep. But, yeah, really good-looking card. The Field of Strife. Your minions have +1 attack, lasts 3 turns. I mean, you gotta... It's kind of like that Hold the Bridge card. You gotta go for it. This is only 2 mana. If it was 3 mana, I might have little faith in it. Yeah, if you love playing aggro, I mean, maybe go for it. But I don't personally like this type of card. You're spending 2 mana to get, like, the Raid Leader effect without having to keep the Raid Leader body. And you have to get the minions down without the opponent just killing them. I don't think I like it. I'd like it even less if it was 3 mana. Fixes Vengeance, right. If you've got things like Coordinated Strike, you could do 6 damage trades with them. I definitely don't think it's 1-star, but I don't think I have the faith to make it 3. I'm gonna label it 2. Maybe it'll be better than I think. Go with the token theme they're pushing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, on these Fell Wings, makes them have 2 1s instead of 1 1s. Because this was pretty bad in Battlegrounds, you apply the same logic here. The Flag Runner. I'm just laughing because I mean, with the belt thing, I mean, is that actually Garrosh in the background? It looks like Garrosh. I can't tell if it actually is, though. But I'm just laughing at Garrosh. Yeah, run the flag. 3 mana 1/6. Whenever Philomene dies, gain +1 attack. Which Fixed Vengeance. If you play this with Coordinated Strike, you go up to a 3 mana 4/6. Now, it's good. It's good with those 1/1 Fell Wings off the Vanguard. Says, why is there a Flag Runner in Alterac Valley? I would... yeah, what? There wasn't any flag running in Alterac, was there? There were flags in the towers, and you would do the flag, and it would switch to this neutral flag, and then eventually it would, burn it down if the opponent didn't take it back. But you didn't actually do any flag running like you would in Morsong Gulch. Someone says, nope, yeah, I didn't remember any flag running. It reminds you of Red versus Blue. Why are we here in this valley? What happens if they blow up Dunbar base? They have 2 bases in a box canyon. Who cares? This plus some performer. So yeah, sure. Go up to 3 mana. I guess you would get like 12, 13/6. Alright, so that's your car there too, right? No, not actually. If it was a little bigger, maybe you'd be able to tell. It's actually a male undead character with a mohawk. That's not Rikara. I think I like this. How much do I like it? Quite a bit. Fix this to 3. I think I'm gonna say 4. I think it's really easy to get this up to a 3 mana 3/6. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna say 4. I like it. Jeff, it reminds you of the Warlock card, 1/5 Counselor. Yeah, which gained attack power for every minion you summoned, I think? Maybe it was every minion you played, but I think it was every minion you summoned. It worked with things like Possessed Villager to gain attack power. And that was a good card. It had 1 less attack. But as Fix says, that was years ago. It has not. It was brought back a while ago. It wasn't as good as it used to be. It was still pretty good, though. Still draftable for sure. 6 health makes it very sticky. I agree. I'm putting it up to... Yeah, even a single minion dying, 3 mana 2/6. Be very strong, yeah. Tries this flanking maneuver, 5 stars. Wait, really? Summon a 4/2 demon with rush. If it dies this turn, summon another. Oh. Yeah, Maz is his chain. It looks like it chains. It looks like it chains. Does it chain, or is the other one not say the same? No, because the effect... No, the effect is on the spell. The effect is on the spell. The effect is not on the minion. The effect's on the spell. Okay. Yeah, Lars doesn't know why we chain. Well, at first, though, at first glance, I made the same mistake a couple people in chat did, where I'm like, wait, this is just a 4-mana thing that always board clears as long as they don't have, like, 1-attack minions? And at the end, you get a 4/2? And you can just buff up this card? By every enemy minion you kill, this just keeps... every time your minion dies, this just keeps buffing and buffing. Yeah, Glaive said it changes the OP. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, there's been some 6-card cards in this expansion, but this is... Why would you ever take Chaos Nova when you can take this? This is like the most... Yeah, it would have to be 7.5 chained. Mads think this is worse than Fishy Flyer. Well, Fishy Flyer you had to spend 8 mana on. Like Vic says. San compares this to Kodo Mount, except Kodo Mount you have to have a minion on board. This you don't have to have a minion on board. Yeah, they make spell form so anything would be possible for Demon Hearts and Glaive. Right. Scully thinks this is 5. Yeah, I mean this is 4 mana. Kill an 8/8 taunt. This is 4 mana. Kill. A Chillwind Yeti with your hero power and summon a 4/2. Yeah, I mean it's very good. It's very good. Probably not 6 good, but it probably is 5 good. This is just really, really solid. Which is gonna be sad though when you spend it as a 4-mana 4/2 because you don't have any other plays. That's true, and that's gonna happen. I think it's actually a 4. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how many cards I would take over this as a Demon Hunter. And I think it's a short list. But ultimately, you might be right, but I think it's 5. I think it's 5. I think this is one of the most draftable cards ever. It says your scale now goes to 6. There's been a couple of picks where I'm like, I'll say 5, and chat's saying 7. Nice initial reaction was 3, moved to 4, but still called a 5. We'll see. I have some confidence in it. Especially when it has, good synergy with this common we just saw. Alright, 4 mana, 2/6, Taunt. Not good on its own. Valkyrie, if you're only a demon that costs 5 or more, gain +1/+2. We kind of have to look up here. So they only printed 1 new demon that costs 5 or more. So you have to use the existing ones, which is tough to do. You got that 8/8, and there's like Pit Commander. But yeah, this is tough to pull off in Arena. It doesn't even cost 5 or more sometimes, right? Yeah. So this is typically an avoid. It's just not good stat line. It's tough to trigger. If you got enough like 8 mana 8/8s, maybe you can do it. The Sigil of Reckoning. At the start of your next turn, summon a random demon from your hand. Again, constructed big demon stuff. If you need cards like Pit Commander, which is an epic, you need cards like the 8/8, which you could get. But you need to have 2 very specific cards in your hand. You're probably not going to get many cards that can trigger this. Maybe you get 2 or 3, and you have to have both at the same time. And it's still 5 mana. It's still delayed a turn. You still can't attack the minion on the turn it's summoned. This maybe Big Demon works in Constructed, but it's really, really bad for Arena typically. I would not take it in almost any deck. Yeah, Zan says, what about Shivara? Well, you're not getting the Shivara battle cry. And yeah, you mentioned Antaean, but you're only getting Antaean for 1 less mana than just playing the Antaean. And it took you 2 cards to do it, because you have to play this card, and then the other card comes out of your hand. So those are 2 really bad ones to do. Oh, sorry, you meant for activating the Warden. Okay, sorry. I thought you were trying to make a point for the Reckoning. Like, this card's terrible with those cards. Just a spell, 6 mana, summon a beast from your hand with Rush. Which was pretty bad. Fell Soul. 6 mana, 6/6. Battlecry, transform into a 6/6 copy Dominion deck. Right, so it's legendary anyway, but these are all big demon support cards. You know, if you got the most common thing in Arena would be like that 8/8. And even if you get that, it's 8 armor. Yeah, turn to Forge Fiend, exactly. And that's not that good. 6 mana, 6/6, understated, so yeah. Typically a card to avoid. Again, for the last time, the hero cards will almost definitely not be draftable, but there are ways to get them randomly and discover. So, Battlecry, summon 2, 1/4 demons with Rush, improved by hero attacks this game. I believe the improved part is the attack on the demons. So if you've attacked once with your hero, they become 2/4 rushes. If you attacked 5 times, they become 6/4 rushes. I believe that's how this card works. And your hero power becomes +2 attack this turn. After a friendly minion attacks, refresh this. Which is pretty neat, I guess. You could go +2 attack with a small minion, +2 attack with a small minion. If you just have Coordinated Strike, you can go 2, Coordinated Strike, attack, 2, attack, 2, attack, 2, attack, and so you get 8 attack with just Coordinated Strike. So, yeah, you could do big damage with this hero power after the setup. Yeah, I mean, this one seems, if you could draft it, it seems at least reasonable. At least 4, maybe 5. Maybe 5. But I'm not going to think about it too much because you can't draft it anyway. So it looks really strong. Maybe it's a 5. I'm not going to think about it much. I do like the giant here using the spear as the toothpick. But yeah, Uruzul Giant costs 1 less for each friendly minion died this game. They've read some cards like this years ago that, the card had to be in hand to reduce the cost, and those were always frustrating. This one, though, you can top deck it, and you've probably had 5 or 6 minions die, so it becomes a 7 mana 8/8. By the end game, it could be a 0 mana 8/8 by very, very late, and maybe you've got some card draw engines, you can get down while doing other things. Yeah. This seems quite reasonable, at least. I don't personally think I'd say 5, because I think you're usually playing this as like a 7 mana 8/8. I'd probably say 4. I like it. If it said cost 1 less for each friendly minion died this game while in your hand, like some previous cards, I would give it like 2 or 1. But because it's this game, it's pretty good. There's one expendable, it's free. yeah. Expendable is still an epic, so it's one of the strongest cards. But honestly, you don't see it crazy often. Well, I don't know. You get off Panda, don't you? Regardless, after 4 hours and 58 minutes, my voice might be slightly shot because we're talking constantly instead of having a little bit of a break in enemy turn sometimes. That's the end of it.